Essilor International SA is a French company that produces ophthalmic lenses along with ophthalmic optical equipment. It is based in Carentan-le-Pont, France, and quoted on the Euronext Paris Stock Exchange. It is a component of the Eurostoxx 50 share index. Essilor is responsible for creating Varilux, the world's first progressive lens which corrects presbyopia and allows clear vision in the wearer's near, intermediate and far vision. The company formed from the merger of ophthalmic firms Essel and Silor in 1972. Essilor now operates in over 100 countries over 5 continents. Its activities are largely focused on research and development. It is the world's largest manufacturer of ophthalmic lenses. History 1849 Euro 1972, Essel and Silor Essel was founded in 1849 as a small network of eyeglass assembly workshops in Paris. It quickly expanded in the late 19th and early 20th century through the acquisition of factories in nearby Parisian neighborhoods and in eastern France. Essel soon added frame design and trade to its activities. The firm launched a frame design in 1955 called Nila, which is still used today. The Nila system introduced a thin nylon thread which embraces the lens and is fixed to the frame. Euro unregistered trademark S higher branch. Essel's breakthrough came in 1959 with the invention of Varilux, the first ophthalmic progressive lens. Silor first started under the name Lissoc in 1931 as a retailer of ophthalmic lenses and frames before becoming a lens manufacturer. In 1959, the same year Essel invented the progressive lens. Lissoc made a discovery of its own, the Orma 1000 lens, made from a lightweight material. 1972 Euro 1979, beginning of Essilor after many years as rivals, Essel and Silor merged on January 1, 1972 to form Essilor, the then third largest ophthalmic optical firm in the world. Essilor Euro unregistered trademark S first year of existence was marked by 2 events, the creation of Varilux, a non-trading company composed of stockholder managers which held half of the Compagnie Euro unregistered trademark S capital stock, and the purchase of Presbyopia, a French lens manufacturer specializing in the production of progressive lenses. In the mid-1970s, Essilor focused on becoming a true optical group specializing in the plastic progressive lens. Many subsidiary activities are first sold off, but in 1974, Essilor fused Presbyopia with Gilbert Routet, creating a subsidiary called BBGR. In 1975, the company was listed on the stock exchange. The innovations by Essel and Silor, Essilor Euro unregistered trademark S predecessors, led to the launch of the Varilux Orma in 1976. The late 1970s were marked by Essilor Euro unregistered trademark S change in strategy of geographical expansion. By making the acquisition of manufacturing plants in the United States, in Ireland and in the Philippines, Essilor began its transformation from being a mainly exporting company to being an international company. 1980 Euro 1989, international growth The 1980s began with intensified competition. To cut costs and improve service, Essilor purchased 4 new plants in 4 years, in Mexico, Puerto Rico, Brazil and Thailand. In France, new instruments facilitated the automation of the manufacturing process. Many distributors were acquired or merged with Essilor in Europe and in Asia. In the United States, all subsidiaries were brought together under the Essilor of America umbrella. This global network allowed Essilor to launch a new Varilux lens called the VMD in Europe and the United States. 1990 Euro 1999, partnerships and Varilux comfort to maintain its position as a world leader, Essilor gradually withdrew its frames operations to concentrate on corrective lenses. Employing a value-added strategy, the company launched the Chrysal coating, offering lens resistance against scratches, reflections and smudges. Essilor also formed a partnership with PPG, an American company, to offer the Transitions photochromic lens, a technology that allows a lens to become darker or lighter depending on the intensity of ambient light. Through the acquisition of Gentex, Essilor was also able to launch the Airwear polycarbonate lens, a light and unbreakable lens material. Finally, The fourth generation of the Varilux was launched under the name Varilux Comfort. 2000 Euro 2010 At the beginning of the 21st century, Essilor launched the Varilux Visio, a lens that derives its performance from the TwinRx technology, which combines the wavefront management system to calculate lens optics, along with a production technique called advanced digital surfacing. Finally, in 2005, Essilor entered the French CAC 40 stock market. In 2007, Essilor launched the Essilor Vision Foundation in the USA. This organization was created in order to run vision tests in schools to detect vision problems. The follow-up care and glasses are provided by Essilor Vision Foundation for children in need. Essilor buys Citislow in 2008. The acquisition of the Swiss company aimed at offering a wider range of products for the consumer. 2 years later, Essilor launched a merger with Shamir Optical Industry. Essilor acquired 50% of the kibbutz-based company. Shamir Optical Industry took advantage of Essilor's worldwide distribution network, and developed its activity by launching new products. In 2010, Essilor acquired FGX International, an American company whose brands include Foster Grant. 2010 Euro present Essilor acquired 50% of the Chinese company Wangxin Optical in 2011. The growth drivers for the Chinese market are the aging population and the increase of reimbursement for eye care. The 40th anniversary of the merger between Essel and Silor took place in July 2012. This was the occasion to highlight their contributions and improvements on technologies. In September 2012, Essilor involved in the Special Olympics for 10 more years. The ophthalmic lenses supplier provided almost 100,000 free eyeglasses to the athletes since 2002. In May 2013, Sofilo and Essilor agreed on a 10-year licensing deal allowing Essilor to use Sofilo's Polaroid brand for the making of polarized eye lenses. In July 2013, Essilor announced the buying of 51% of Transitions Optical's stakes from PPG Industries. Essilor will then hold 100% of Transitions Optical. The deal is to be closed in the first semester of 2014. The transaction aims at developing Essilor's leadership in lenses that adapt to changing light. In March 2014, Essilor announced the acquisition of the Canadian online distributor Coastal.com. Essilor aims at reinforcing its presence online, adding Coastal.com to its online subsidiaries such as My Online Optical, Frames Direct and iBuy Direct. On November 25, 2014, Essilor won 4 awards at the first edition of the Vision XVP Awards. Essilor Euro unregistered trademark S Varilux S Series won the award for Most Popular Lens, while the Transitions Signature 7 won the Most Popular Lens award. Its Chrysal Forte UV and Mr. Blue were voted the most popular lens coating value add and best value enhancer. In 2015, the U.S. subsidiary of Essilor International acquired Vision Source, a service network of independent optometrists, from Brazos Equity Partners LLC for an undisclosed amount. Research and Development Essilor Euro unregistered trademark S Research and Development team includes 550 researchers at its 3 innovation and technology centers in France, the United States and Asia. In Singapore, the Center for Innovation and Technology and the International Vision Academy are housed in a new facility, called Kalang Baru. In 2014, Essilor was ranked 49th on Forbes' listing of most innovative companies in the world. The brand is the 4th French company of the ranking. Institut de la Vision Essilor participate in the Institut de la Vision de Paris, inaugurated in December 2008. This institute is a research center on ocular pathologies. The development of technologies improving the life of visually impaired people is the main goal of this partnership. Vision Impact Institute In March 2013 was launched a Vision Impact Institute, endorsed by Essilor. People from Essilor and Boston Consulting Group take part in this project. This institute aims at collecting data about impaired vision and its socio-economic impact. One of the first research results available on the website of the institute demonstrated impaired vision caused a loss of $269 billion in productivity each year in the world. In collaboration with Singapore Indian Development Association, Essilor launched in May 2014 Vision Foundation, in order to provide eye exams for children belonging to low-income families. Dioptric loop method with the launch of Varilux Comfort in 1993, Essilor developed the dioptric loop method, making it possible to gauge wearer satisfaction. It involves using repetition until an effective result is achieved for the wearer. It comprises 5 stages: collection of the wearer unregistered trademark S physiological data, optical design, creation of prototype lenses, measurement control, clinical tests. Chrysal Prevencia Essilor launched a research in partnership with the Institut de la Vision in France in order to determine the wavelength of the light emitted by the sun, LEDs, computers or smartphones, which leads to degeneration of retina cells, and age-related macular degeneration. This preventive lens was launched in 2013. Virtual reality Essilor's research department particularly concentrates on the combined progress of 2 complementary disciplines, optics and physiology, with particular recourse to virtual reality, a simulation tool that makes it possible to perceive and interact in 3D in a multi-sensory way. Researchers today use a virtual visualization system, equipped with algorithms and modeling developed by Essilor to explore new optical solutions that can be tested directly on wearers. This simulator makes it possible to vary the optical properties of the lenses tested, study optical effects and immediately gauge wearer satisfaction. In order to do so, a magnetic sensor records a subject's head movements and images that show the eye's exact viewpoint 120 times per second. After testing, the results are used to fine-tune the performance of the lenses in question. In 2008, the Varilux Optio New Edition was designed using Essilor's virtual reality system. Sun Protection Factor (ESPF) Essilor unregistered trademark SI Sun Protection Factor was launched in 2012. The factor, inspired by sunscreen rates, is a new system to help the consumer find the best global eye protection. Moreover, the ESPF takes into account UV rays reflecting off the back of the lens into the eye. Therefore, treated lenses block the UV, responsible for eye damages, such as cataracts and DMLA. These treated lenses are retailed globally under the Chrysal UV brand. Nikon Essilor Company Limited In 1999, Essilor and Nikon have signed a Memorandum of Understanding to form a global strategic alliance in corrective lenses by forming a 50/50 joint venture in Japan to be called Nikon Essilor Company Limited. The main purpose of the joint venture is to further strengthen the corrective lens business of both companies. This will be achieved through the integrated strengths of Nikon's strong brand backed up by advanced optical technology and strong sales network in Japanese market, coupled with the high productivity and worldwide marketing and sales network of Essilor, the world leader in this industry. Nikon Essilor Company Limited started its business in January 2000, responsible for research, development, production and sales mainly for ophthalmic optics. Varilux In June 2014, Bernard Moitnes, Essilor unregistered trademark S former CEO, received the Apollo Award from the American Optometric Association. This prize rewards people who acted in favor of visual health. He received this distinction for having invented, in 1959, the Varilux progressive lenses. Optifog After the launch of an Optifog cloth in January 2014, a new generation of Optifog lenses was launched in July 2014. These lenses contain fog-repellent properties, making the use of a special liquid unnecessary. Corporate social responsibility. The Ethiopian program Vision Aid Overseas received the support of Essilor in order to increase the number of optometrists and healthcare professionals. This initiative will also develop eye exams for children. During the World Sight Day 2014, Essilor India organised Walkathon or a Walk for Vision unregistered trademark in 35 locations across 16 cities to raise awareness among people regarding eye health. Corporate affairs. Board of Directors As of 2014, the firm's board of directors consists of Hubert Sagnières, Chairman and CEO, Xavier Fontanet, former chairman of the board of directors, Philippe Alfroid, former chief operating officer, Benoit Bazin, former deputy chief operating officer, Antoine Bernard de Saint-Affrique, executive vice president of Unilever, Yves Chevrolet, former chief operating officer of CRA Copyright dit Agricole, Frank Henrionnette, employees representative, Yi, chief executive officer of Essilor in China and representative of Varilux Association, Bernard Hours, chief operating officer of Groupe Danone, Maurice Marchand-Tonnel, independent consultant, or Carmot Day, chief executive officer of Essilor Europe Supply Chain and president of Varilux Association, Olivier Parr Copyright Co., associate manager of Rothschild and Seabank, Michel Rose, Lafarge former chief operating officer, Louise Fra Copyright Chet, associate of Center for International Governance Innovation, Maureen Kavanagh, representative of employee shareholders. Executive Committee as of 2014, Hubert Sagnier-Rez, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Paul Dusaillant, Chief Operating Officer, Laurent Vallerot, Chief Operating Officer, Tadeu Alves, President, Latin America, Eric Bernard, Chief Operating Officer, Essilor China, Carl Brasi, Corporate Senior Vice President, Marketing and Development, Essilor of America, Patrick Cherua, President South Asia, ASEAN, Middle East, South Africa, Bernard Duvenil, Corporate Senior Vice President, Information Systems, Mark Frena Section Wabrasia, Corporate Senior Vice President, Human Resources, Norbert Gorny, Chief Operating Officer, Central Europe, Ra Copyright Al Goulet, President of Essilor Laboratories of America, Lena Henry, Director of Strategy. Eric La Copyright Anard, President, Essilor of America, Fra Copyright Dow Copyright Rick Matthew, Human Resources Director, Bernhard Neuesser, President, Essilor Europe, Eric Perrier, Corporate Senior Vice President, Research and Development, GAR Copyright Roaldine Pickard, Chief Financial Officer, Patrick Ponson, Corporate Senior Vice President, Global Engineering, Alain Riveline, Strategic Marketing Director, Thierry Robin, Senior Vice President of Strategic Partnerships, Bertrand Roy, Senior Vice President of Strategic Partnerships, Kevin Rupp, Chief Financial Officer and Executive Vice President Finance and Administration, Essilor of America, Jean-Luc Schuppizer, Project Director, Digital Surfacing Strategic Opportunity, Eric Thoray, Corporate Senior Vice President, Strategic Marketing, Carol Zueff, Corporate Senior Vice President, Legal Affairs and Development, Jayant Bivaragan, Chief Corporate Mission Officer, Lucia Dumas, Senior Vice President Corporate Communications. Jayant Bivaragan is in charge of the coordination of the initiatives aiming at improving vision. Sales based on its 2012 annual report, 89% of Essilor's turnover comes from the sale of ophthalmic lenses and 11% is driven by other activities, such as equipment sales and readers. 31% of his sales are based in Europe, 34.9% in North America, 6.9% in Latin America with the remaining 16% based out of Asia Oceania and Middle East Africa. Essilor expected more than 7% like-for-like sales growth for 2013. For 2014, Essilor aims at 10% to 12% revenue growth, thanks to a development in emerging markets. Furthermore, the online sale could help achieve this goal. See also Hubert Sagnier-Rez. References. External links, official website.